Instagram, though I do follow our governor on Twitter. So now I follow him, and hopefully I can get him on here. Why am I so bad at this? I don't remember how to do everything. I've done like a few of these back in the day, but I haven't done one in a while. If you guys have questions for the governor, please throw them in the chat. And Governor, if you're watching, can you just request to be on here? Because I can't remember how to get you on here. Okay, yes, send invites. Here we go. This is where I want to be. Send invites. CA Governor. There you are. I'm inviting you, sir. All right. Let's hope he shows up soon. There he is.
What's up, John? How you doing?
Governor.
Step back.
I apologize. I'm like, I might as well be a baby boomer with the my ability to navigate Instagram lives. Here.
John, I could have spent 30 minutes just watching you figure it out, man. We were enjoying it. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good, man. Where are you?
I'm in our office studio. I'm in Chrissy's office. You see pictures of her behind me. And my studio is in the room next door. So that's where I write and record music. And this is where we are. This is where we work. And we get a lot of good stuff done. I'm in Los Angeles, of course, in the great state of California.
I love it. In the great state of California. So, John, seriously, tell me, what's this last year? I mean, since March, is that literally, I mean, you've been within those four walls, you've been able to get out a lot?
So this is not where we live, this is where we work. So we got this house right around when the pandemic started, like in the spring. We were planning to get a house to work in so that we would combine our operations, cravings, and my music and make it a home, but a home away from home. So we did that. We remodeled, got the studio ready, and this is where we work. And then at home, you know, we're a family. We're mother and father. We have 2 kids, and we had a preschool pod, which we just had preschool pod graduation today. And you know, I put an album out last June, and that's almost a year old now. So we tried to make the most of this time, but obviously it was a tough time. Lots of people lost relatives, including my family. And as a musician, it was tough because we couldn't tour, we couldn't do so many things that we wanted to do together. And it was tough for not only people that are the headliner like myself, but for all the people that work in our industry who make a living off of putting on shows, putting events together where people have to gather. And so, so many people were struggling during this time, and we all could not wait till the world could reopen safely. And I just announced a tour that's going in September. And all of that's possible because everyone's gotten vaccinated. A lot of people have gotten vaccinated, not everybody. A lot of people have gotten vaccinated, and we've made this virus much less of a danger to society than it was. But I know that we still have some work to do, so that's what we're here to talk about. Let's talk about what tomorrow is. You put this, you know, planted this flag for June 15th. What does June 15th mean for California?
We move beyond this blueprint. Anybody in California knows what I'm talking about. These colors, this orange and red, the dreaded red, and yellow colors. And so we're going to throw away the blueprint at midnight tonight. No more restrictions in terms of physical distancing. No more modifications in terms of number of people that can be in a business. And substantially, we'll move beyond masking, though we're mindful of all the variants, mindful, as you said, not everybody's been vaccinated, mindful of what's going on around the rest of the globe. So we can't spike the football. We're not announcing mission accomplished, but substantially full throttle, turn the page, reopening of California economy, and moving forward, because California has one of the highest vaccination rates in the world, not just America, in the world. We're number 9 in the world. We've had 16.2 million vaccine doses in California, then the second state, Texas. We have the lowest case rates, among the lowest positivity rates in America. So we're ready to come roaring back, John. Get you out of the house, get you back out there with your fans.
Get me on tour. I'm excited for September. We're going to play at the Greek in Berkeley, with the Greek in Los Angeles. The Santa Barbara Bowl will be up and down the state playing in September, and that's possible because so many people got vaccinated and we were able to open the economy back up. And if you're one of those people that still isn't sure and you feel like because everybody else is vaccinated that you're fine and society's fine and they don't need you to do it, what do you say to folks like that?
Man, I just look, at the end of the day, these are life-saving vaccines. It could save your own life, it could save your loved one's life, but at the end of the day, you want to go back to normal. You want to are the key to unlock that reality.
Now, I was with your Surgeon General. California's never had a Surgeon General before, but you created this position for a very special woman who I've been able to spend some time with over the last few years. We've been on panels together, and she always teaches me new things and does work that makes our state better and our country better. Nadine Burke-Harris, our Surgeon General, and she talks specifically about the variants. And what these variants are is viruses don't just stay the same, they mutate. And so if they stay alive by enough people not getting vaccinated, if they stay alive, then they could modify, mutate enough to where the vaccines that we've created aren't updated enough to react or to prevent those particular viruses as they mutated. And so part of it is, even if you think most people are safe right now and most people are not getting the virus, it could come roaring back and ruin everybody's lives again if all of us don't get vaccinated, because as long as we keep these viruses alive and in the population, they can mutate enough to where the vaccines don't work anymore.
You got it. And the number one mutation now, the number one variant in America is the B.1.1.7 that comes out of the United Kingdom. But we're monitoring, John, we're monitoring over 9 variants that are now present here in California, including because the size and scope and scale of California's population. Remember, we're the 5th largest economy in the world, 40 million Americans strong. We have 2 homegrown variants, what we call the West variants, which are a dominant strain. So you're 100% right, is we got to get a lid on this thing. And the sooner we get a lid on it, that will put a lid on these mutations and create some, well, at least some opportunity for us prophylactically not to have to experience what they're experiencing around the rest of the globe. You see what's happening in Brazil. You saw what happened in India recently. You've seen this thing come back multiple times all around the world, like Europe and elsewhere. And so, look, we're doing great in the United States. We're doing particularly well in California, but good enough never is, man. And that's why we're putting out incentives. John, tomorrow, $15 million. We're giving away $15 million for people that have been vaccinated. They're eligible tomorrow to get into a random drawing, but only if they get 1 dose of vaccine. So if you're watching, you want to win $1.5 million and be one of those 10, get vaccinated.
All for doing something that is good for you anyway. They're going to give you the possibility of winning millions of dollars. Shout out to my home state where I grew up, Ohio, which I think was the first to have a lottery like this. But whatever incentives work, it worked in Ohio. The rates went right up as soon as that started happening, and I think it was a wise decision by our governor, who happens to be from my hometown, and and so I think that was a wise decision. I think it's great that California is going to do that as well. And folks, if you don't need, if you like, if the work that the vaccine is doing isn't enough for you, then here's another reason to go out there and get your shot. And there's no time like the present to do that. Well, Governor, is that?
By the way, John, just because, you know, because we're California, so we always have to go. Yeah, you're right. Yes. We were inspired. Governor DeWine really launched this, and of course we wanted to build on that. But we're also doing something else. Just if people are interested in this, you got a few family members, you go down right now. You don't need an appointment. You don't pay a penny for vaccines. You go to all these pop-up sites. You go to myturn.ca.gov, myturn.ca. We're also handing out $50 gift cards. So $50 per person, in addition to getting in these larger drawings. You got 4 members of the family, you want to get vaccinated, it's a couple $100 in your pocket right when you get vaccinated. So it's another reason, another incentive to come down and get vaccinated.
Now, what about people who have already gotten vaccinated? They're like, well, I was ahead of the curve, you know. Are they left out of this possibility?
No, in fact, notably, that means you, John, means your wife. You guys, if you win the $1.5 million tomorrow, don't forget me. Don't forget me. Don't move on.
We are not going to enter, okay?
No, you're already, man, guess what? Here's the difference. Everybody who got vaccinated is already automatically in.
Oh, my goodness.
So you're already in, buddy.
Well, we will give it to charity if we get it. I promise you that. And I hope somebody who needs it actually gets it. I hope somebody who needs it gets it. And we appreciate all that you're doing, Governor, to get us to where this virus is really out of our lives. And we're already well on our way to that point. And thank you to everybody who's been working so hard to get us there. But just know we're not at the finish line yet. We're not in the end zone yet, so we can't do our touchdown dance quite yet. But if we all work together, Californians and people who are watching us all over the country and all over the globe, get your vaccine and get us closer to the finish line. And
hey, John, just in that spirit, what would you say? Because I appreciate, we really do appreciate you've been out there, man, helping our Surgeon General. You've been literally walking the streets to remind people of the life-saving opportunity to get vaccinated. And as you said, we shouldn't have to incentivize people. The rest of the world is desperate and literally dying because they don't have access to vaccines. And here we are in America, and we have to induce and incentivize people. But for those that are still a little hesitant, tell us just your own experience. Did you have any hesitation, or did you just go for it, you and your wife?
Oh, I was trying to get in line as quickly as possible. And of course, you know, wisely and justly, California had rules about who could get in line first. We wanted to protect our first responders. We wanted to protect our elderly. And so I waited for a while, but as soon as it was available to me, I got it as quickly as possible, because I've seen what the last year was like. And I knew that based on all the work that the scientists had done and had shown their work and had gone through the trials and shown how effective the vaccines were and how safe they were, that this was our pathway to getting back to normal. And folks, none of this stuff happens. No concerts, no us gathering at the basketball games and football games. All of these things, all of the safety that we feel now in getting back together happened because so many of us got vaccines. And you see the case numbers going down dramatically. Just as recently as January, we had another spike, and our hospitals were overwhelmed in a lot of cities. A lot of people were contracting the virus and dying from the virus just as recently as January. That was just a few months ago. And look what's happened in California since we all got vaccinated, since most of us got vaccinated. It's completely changed the outlook for the state, and all the states that are doing it, they're showing they're not getting the cases. They're able to get back to normal and feel safe getting back to normal. So it's time, y'all. It's time. I've had conversations with family members who have questions, and we talk about it. You know, we talk about what it means to be a part of society and have trust and to believe in what scientists' work has shown. And I think I've been able to convince some family members that were hesitant. And I'm sure everybody's got family members like that in their family as well. And it may be you that's hesitant. It may be you that's skeptical out there. But I believe that the scientists have done their work. They've shown that the effectiveness is there, the safety is there, and the proof is in our lives right now. We see how much is able to open up. We see how much the cases are going down. We see how our hospitals load has been reduced dramatically. We see all of that, and that's because of no other reason than so many people got vaccines.
Amen. Hey, John, I know our time's limited, but man, what, besides seeing all your fans and your fans seeing you and getting back out on tour, what are you honestly looking forward to most in a sort of post-pandemic world? What are you just looking, you're just like, man, I can't wait to go back to doing this like I used to?
Well, the concerts are huge for us. Obviously, it's a huge part of who I am and what I do to be able to perform for people. And so many of my band members and crew members that had to, stay home and couldn't do what they love to do. I'm so excited for them to be able to get back on the road. But another thing we didn't do last year, we didn't celebrate Christmas with my mother and with my father, with my uncles and aunts, and we were on Zoom together for Christmas. And we don't want to do that this Christmas. And so us being able to have these family gatherings, particularly with our elders, where we were very concerned about their health last year, and for us to be able to get back together with them is going to be so beautiful. We've got a family reunion this September on one side of my family. We're going to get together for Thanksgiving and Christmas. We're going to do those things that we love to do and that are so defining of what life is. These are the moments that that define how you live. They're the center, the core of what makes us happy and what connects us to the people we love. And for us to not be able to do those things last year was really tough, and I'm excited to get back to it.
Man, I love that. And that's the most powerful message, man. Just to be able to hug again, to be able to see people, family members, people we haven't seen in years. And as you say, to do so feeling confident, feeling safe, feeling like we're not putting anyone's health in jeopardy. And the only way, again, to do that is we can't run the 90-yard dash, get these vaccines. We're going to open in California tomorrow. Deep breath of fresh air versus that stale air of normalcy this last year and a half. But again, as you say, man, we're not out of the woods. We got a lot more work to do in the next few months to get to where we need to go as a nation, not just as a state. And John, you're a big part of it, leading the charge, man. We appreciate you.
Thank you, Governor. I know it's been a tough year to be in charge during this time. You had a lot of people's lives in your hand, and a lot of people depending on you for your leadership and your wisdom, and we appreciate you putting yourself out there for the state of California. And we wish you all the best, wish your family the best, and your whole team that's working so hard to keep everybody safe. Thank you so much.
Grateful to you. Thanks for being with us. Thanks so much.
Thank you.